We're back.
So...
Something not social happened.
So,
I fucked up my pumpkin. This is his mouth.
it popped out.
See, this is why I was nervous, because the structure. It has to have structure. And I didn't think about that. I just went and dived in. And then I made his eyebrows too big. I'm gonna kill myself. Not literally.
I didn't cut deep enough and now his ear's stuck. Yours looks better than mine.
Oh my god, what do I do? This is just a Tata screaming now because his mouth fell out. I don't even know if I can save this. It's so ugly.
Believe in yourself.
I can't.
I'll believe in you for you. Oh shit! I got it.
Now my Tata screams at me.
What was this video about? Oh yeah, scary, paranormal.
The only thing fucking scary is this face. I'm gonna call this possessed Tata. You know what? I'll try to redeem myself with a bigger pumpkin. It's like I make bigger mistakes. Oh shit!
Okay, so
I'm sad.
The song is called I Am So Sad. I am so very, very sad. Goes a little something like this. Thank you.
okay, so today's video, before we lose our minds,
This is why I don't draw and do artistic things anymore.
and then like a year later, I'm gonna do it again!
Anyways,
So today's video, we're gonna be telling stories about paranormal encounters that either we had or someone that we know had.
disclaimer, I guess I'm kind of a skeptic, but I'm not like immediately gonna say, your story's fake.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just like, ghosts. Like the aliens guy, but I'm like, ghosts.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I'll tell my first story. It's pretty short, and it's me! It involves me. With my story, keep in mind that I've always been a firm believer of ghosts. And it was when I was like, I want to say it was fake, but you know, you feel things when you're little. But when I was little, I went to Mexico to visit my grandma, and I remember that it was the middle of the night and I had to get up to go take a piss. And in my grandma's house in Mexico, they have like, their houses are kind of like structured differently. Like, she had this area downstairs, and like there were 2 little rooms, and then there was like a flight of stairs, and then it goes out into like this little like an opening, like you could see the sky and everything. It was like in those houses where they have a random room in the middle of their house. I think it's called an atrium, where it's like outside or something like that, or it looks like a little garden. But anyways, I was going up. Yeah, I was going up, and because the bathroom was like upstairs, I was going up there, and like before I got to the stairs, I remember I looked up and there was like a shadowy figure, and I was like, what the fuck? And at first I was like, is that my grandpa? So I was like, oh, where'd he go? And like, it didn't answer me, and it kind of like moved, and I was just, oh my
It was my depression.
You were so tall when you were 5.
No!
And like, I saw it kind of like move, and it wasn't answering me, and I was like, even my 5-year-old brain was like, fuck that. And I went back in my room and I was like, I'll just fucking hold in my pee. Before that happened, I remember that like we watched the Halloween movie before we went to Mexico, so maybe that like played tricks on my mind. But who knows? Maybe I did see a ghost.
Who knows? No one knows.
I like to think I did.
I think at least every Mexican family has a story of exorcism.
Exorcism? I was like, a ghost, yeah.
No.
Exorcism,
They say someone in the family was possessed.
Oh, wait, no, yeah. I remember they
like,
said that my aunt was
Your
possessed.
Tia's cousins.
It's like, no,
Little sister was possessed.
It's like, no, she just has schizophrenia.
Okay, it's not necessarily my experiences. The only experience I've had was, I think, a ghost yanked my weave.
Oh!
I don't know.
Was that like recent?
No, that happened when I was.
What about the time with your Anna's house that you felt something. You were going in the toy room and like you felt something breathe on you or something like that.
Oh, I forgot about that. See, I block things. See,
I remember. Me, ghosts.
yeah, but
They're out there, you know.
anyways, I forgot what I was gonna say. It's this pumpkin. It's pissing me off. Anyways, back to my fucking story. Okay, the one where I got my hair yanked, it was when I was like 8, and at first I thought it got caught on like the air conditioner little thingy.
Yeah.
But my grandma said she saw the whole thing and I wasn't even by it, and then I looked and it was on the other side. And then it was like way over there, so I was like, I don't know. I never questioned it, but my grandma's like really like, I'm gonna be talking about her. My abuelita, her house is pretty fucked. Keep in mind, she's from a small town, and then their houses are really old. Apparently my grandma, I don't know, I think they were trying to put in a pool, and they found coffins. And so they just kept it there and didn't make the pool. So I don't know if there used to be a cemetery there, or someone just buried their fucking family or victim. I don't know. I think they're too nice because they bought coffins. And this is in America too. It's like in New Mexico. Roswell.
It's all fucked.
Roswell. I think the aliens are there though. I think the aliens planted it. I'm just kidding. Aliens. How can people not believe in aliens? Do you think we're the only things in the universe? You fucking arrogant son of a bitch. I'm very passionate about my aliens. I don't know. Just a lot of weird things happen at her house. I don't know if it's just my Tia in general. She used to see ghosts there all the time and used to hear pigs under her bed. I think she just, like, might have, like, a third eye open or some shit. Because my mom never saw any of it. I mean, my mom had experiences, but, like, my Tia's always been more in tuned with shit like that. And she used to wake my mom up in the middle of the night and point in the closet and say that something was staring at her. So that's weird. Apparently one of my cousins used to like talk to herself in the corner. I don't know if it was just her being a kid though. Kids are weird. But then again, no one likes that house. I'll be honest, I don't like the vibe of that house. And I don't know if it's just because people tell me stories, so it like influences my opinion, I guess. I don't know. Of how I feel. Because if someone tells you something scary and then you go near it, you're like, oh shit, I'm like, fuck, I can feel it. See, there's a lot of weird stories involving that house, like people knocking on the door. That's why my grandma's like, don't answer the door, no one's knocking on it, it's death. And I was like, what the fuck? So that's why I don't open the door when people knock on it and I don't see a person there. And then my mom said her friends, like, really wouldn't sleep over anymore because they felt like, one time this girl felt some ghost on her back and she wouldn't get off, and so no one came over anymore. Or at least like not to like spend the night. My mom said she would hear the footsteps in the attic though. Yeah. And then my cousin said he saw like some weird demon thing go in the attic because there's a hole that leads to the attic in one room. I don't know if it's still there. I haven't been there in years, but that's a thing. I don't know. I don't know if it's because like I wasn't used to that side of the family because it's my mom's and they live in like in another state, so I never really went over there. And you know how you always just feel weird being in like someone else's house and you don't really know them that well. Yeah, I don't know if it was just that or it's because like people have told me they don't like that fucking house. Like my aunt, like my other aunt, not the one that sees things, my other aunt, she just did not want to stay there at all. She just like, I'm getting a hotel or something. Like, I don't know. She didn't want to stay there. I don't stay in this. I mean, I do stay in this room now, but it was before I didn't stay in this room. It's my other grandma. It's not the same one. I'm staying with her right now. I was opening the door because the room has the back door in it, which pisses me off because I live there now and everyone wants to go through my room to get to the back door. But anyways, before I stayed in that room, I let the cat out and I hear something whisper in the side of my ear. It's like in my ear. It's gross. I hate people breathing on me. And then I like hear something whisper and I don't even know what it said. But it said something. I was like, ew! And I like walked out and ran really fast.
Wait, did you say ew?
Yeah, I was like, ew!
The ghost is like,
yeah, that happened. And the weird part is, like I said, I fucking stay in that room now.
Has anything happened since then?
Not really, but sometimes, out of nowhere, I'll hear like a tiny knocking inside the bathroom, but I don't know if that's just the house settling. So, this pumpkin's gonna come out fucking ugly. I hope you know that. This is just not...
My fingers hurt from carving. Okay, so with my second story, it didn't happen to me. I only had like 1 or 2 things happen to me. I just remembered another thing while you were talking about yours. But it happened to my mom, and it was when I was barely born. I was a couple months old. But she went to Mexico again, to the same house, to my grandma's house that lives over there.
It's cursed.
And yeah. It's always the grandma's house.
I know, and then they're like, why'd you never come over?
It's like, just because there's a fucking demon in your house.
It's like, no one wants to come over your
And
sweet ass house.
And she's like the most Christian lady out there, so I'm like... But it was at her house, and my mom said that it was like late at night, and she was getting ready to go to bed, and like we were all, like all 3 of us, me, my mom, and my brother were all sleeping in the same bed. And I think my brother was like 5. And he was like, there was a wall, and here's the bed, and the bed was against the wall. So he was against the wall, because she didn't want him to like roll off the bed. And then she was, which way was she? She was turned this way, like towards the open area. And she was like holding me or something, and I think she was like feeding me, I think. And then like she said that, like out of nowhere, wait, stop carving real quick. She said like out of nowhere, she felt like like something smacked the fuck out of her arm because she was laying like this and it smacked her right here. And she got freaked out. She tried to like comprehend it and try to be like, oh, maybe it was Eddie. But Eddie's hand was like tiny, and she's like, and the feeling that I felt was fucking big. Like it wasn't like a tiny little kid hand. It was like a fucking grown-up hand. And Eddie was still, my brother was still facing the wall. And she was just like, oh my god. Like, oh my fucking god. And she got like really scared, and she said like for the rest of the night she couldn't go back to sleep. And like, yeah, and the whole night she was like closing her eyes. And like she was like, I kept thinking like, oh my god, when the fuck are the cars gonna start making noise outside so it could be morning?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck. I don't really consider it a ghost story, but it happened to me, I think last year. I was in my mom's room. I forgot what I was doing in her room. I fucking hate her room. Her room scares the fuck out of me.
It's open right now.
Oh yeah, it's like right there. I was in her room, and out of nowhere, I remember that's like, she has this vase with like flowers in it, and it fell, and like, I was like, what the fuck, how did this fall? And like, I went to go pick it up, but the flowers were gone, and no, it wasn't the flowers, it was the vase. The vase is like in the shape of a heart. The vase was gone, and I was like, well, where the fuck did the vase go? And I was looking everywhere for it, and like, in the end, like, she had this bag kind of like under her bed that was open, and like when I looked inside, the vase was in there, and it was like right side up, and I was like I was like, fuck that, and I like closed the door, and I was like, fuck you, ghost.
Kiss my ass, spirits.
Okay, so we finally finished, and our camera ran out of battery, and it's charging right now, so I'm recording on my phone.
Mine looks like a demented fucking possessed Tata. It looks like someone took his fucking soul. Like, I didn't know what I was doing, and I forgot that he has a mouth line, and then I just fucking carved it out. And then I realized my mistake as soon as I put the knife in. I was like, wait. So, this is the ghost of Tata. He died. He was a vampire, but he died.
Here's mine. Is Jimmy.
This is the real scary story.
God damn it.
Fuck, let me touch a pumpkin.
Mine looks like its tongue turned into its tooth, and I told her what does ours look like?
Okay, yours is the hillbilly.
Mine's the hillbilly that lives in the hills, and he's like, there's a ghost in them hills.
And mine's the ghost that haunts him.